the Child Development Department, we basically work with children and families in any way we can, whether it's through being a preschool teacher, being an administrator at a preschool, or working with nonprofits.
We offer several different pathways for students interested in child development. Definitely a lot of people who want to work with infants or preschool students or child life specialists with children in the hospital.
Initially here at the CFS department, I worked as an academic guide. I was a peer mentor for 2 years. I worked one-on-one with students to develop academic plans. I supported them in on-campus resources.
Within the department, I noticed we are often working together as a team, and I really love that about our department. We have a peer mentoring program, and we support students socially and academically so that they can get closer to graduation.
You know, every day teaching for me is rewarding because when they're learning new concepts and you kind of see that aha moment, like, oh yeah, I relate to that, or oh, that's really interesting. To me, that's a reward within itself.
I'm assisting them with job readiness things such as resume writing. I've assisted students with implementing and working with workshops and guide them toward what they're going to be doing once they've graduated.
We are unlike any other department. We really try to engage the students. You can see how students who were shy before were part of pathways in our department, got involved, then they applied to be an academic guide, and they were with us for a year, and then they write that on their resume, and then they become, you know, leaders at a nonprofit organization.
This is my first year as an officer at CDA, but being a member, my favorite experience is the networking.
I believe it's extremely rewarding working here in the CFS department. It's rewarding in the aspects that I'm able to connect with students, I'm able to connect with the university at a different level, and I'm able to continue to keep that connection with the professors.
We're very fortunate to live in LA, right, where it's very richly diverse, and so I want them to be able to appreciate that and be culturally sensitive, and then also to be able to use a critical lens to investigate what issues are affecting families in contemporary society as well as historically.
It's a very unique department here at Cal State Los Angeles because we get to not only study what we're really interested in, but we also get to work with the community through our clinic here, the Robert L. Douglas Speech and Language Clinic.
We primarily work with individuals who have some kind of communication disorders, whether it's be a speech impairment, a language impairment, I mean, the list goes on. We just learn about how we diagnose these clients, how we treat them, different strategies that will work in facilitating language. We focus on children, adults.
And that can go across the board. So from someone who's 4 years old and diagnosed with autism to someone who's 67.
I would say that this area of study is diverse primarily because it's cross-disciplinary. We have students from criminal justice, from communication disorders, from social work, from psychology, education. Many students want to take it because they have a passion for helping children.
Because we're located in Los Angeles, you get an opportunity to work with a lot of different communities. What we learn and what we study is really conducive to helping people achieve that.
It's just giving you a good foundation to what being a speech language pathologist would be.
Anybody who's interested in helping other people would find it interesting and rewarding to study this field.
It really allows you for the opportunity to be part of something bigger than yourself. You are reaching across not just, people in this community, but also their families and the people who they interact with.
Working with individuals who need help, whether they're children or adults, to just bring them a little bit closer to communicate more typically with other people.
So the mission of the Child Abuse and Family Violence Institute is to provide multidisciplinary education in the areas of family violence and child abuse. We also serve as a training resource and a consultation resource for professionals outside of the university.
The goal or the mission mission of public health is to prepare students to go out and be good stewards of public health. And that essentially means helping people improve their health, their wellness, their overall well-being.
I have a special interest in how to use communication approach to reduce health disparities among people who are vulnerable, who are underserved, and who are not have enough resources compared to others.
Through the Student Health Advisory Committee, SHAC, which is an internship offered here through the Public Health Department, we become nationally certified peer health educators. And what we focus on doing at Cal State LA is educating the student population on certain health topics that are relevant to the student community here at Cal State LA.
My goal is just to be able to gain certain knowledge and be able to help people and overall my community and where I'm from, just to help them educate them and just improve their lifestyle.
I really love working with the students and helping to make them passionate about the field of health policy and understanding health insurance. Personally, I'm really interested in self-care and women of color, so I really like having the opportunity to work with students in that area as well. It's incredibly satisfying to be a teacher here at Cal State LA. I love when my students come to office hours and they're really passionate about their careers.
It's very simple because it's not just one certain topic, it talks about a lot of things. So in just public health, we have like epidemiology, like health programming, health advisement, and there's so many things, so many areas that we can do. Like
the community involvement in public health, it really is just all about community involvement. I don't think you can talk about a practical degree program like public health without talking about community. I think there are many opportunities in this department to get involved.
Health administration, health interventions, research, epidemiology. There's such a variety of things within public health that a student can do. It opens a lot of doors, and not only that, it's really about giving back to the community and helping one another strive for better.
I have a grandiose mission. I want to make the world a little bit better. Yeah.
Ultimately, our goal here at the Mobility Center is to prepare our Bachelor of Science Kinesiology students to be skilled, knowledgeable, and prepared for the outside world as they venture out in their prospective interests.
We basically help people get back into their normal lifestyle after a stroke, surgery, a spinal cord injury, anything like that. And so if I were meeting you and you were like my first client and the first time meeting you, I would kind of help me walk you through what is your daily routine? Who helps you get dressed? When you get up, how low is your bed? Things like that of that nature that could seem every day to us is difficult for people that have some type of impairment.
So the nutrition science program at Cal State LA prepares us to become registered dietitians. It also prepares us to work in food service management and community nutrition.
We learn a lot about medical nutrition therapy and what it's like to work at a hospital as a dietitian. We are also prepared to be food service managers and know everything about catering and what it takes to order and deliver and execute a meal at a restaurant or within a school food service provider.
I think one of the main reasons I picked Cal State LA is the service learning opportunities. They help bridge the gap between what you think you want to learn out in the real world to what you actually really like.
We've seen a lot of what you call like an orthopedic injury, so someone who broke their ankle. And more on the other spectrum, you see people with spinal cord injuries and traumatic brain injuries, stroke, and that's a little bit more serious in the aspect that we have to be, more careful with the approach. I feel a little selfish when I come here because I constantly come in and I learn something new every day.
We learn from the clients. They think that we're doing them a favor by helping them with their exercises, but in reality, I feel like they're helping us.
I don't know, we're very lucky because I know we're one of the very few undergrad programs that have kind of this rehab clinic.
The School of Criminal Justice and Criminalistics represents a collaboration between Los Angeles City, Los Angeles County, and the state of California. We have both an applied and traditional research focus. Our master's program in criminalistics is the oldest in the country. Our criminal justice program focuses on the causes and consequences of crime and the socioeconomic, cultural, and political factors that affect the administration of justice.
My areas of expertise are typically in the area of trace evidence analysis. We're working on a project, for example, with LAPD currently to identify whether the ends of a fiber are actually bullet damage as opposed to wear and tear.
So the goal or mission that I'm attached to is to help the people who are going to be in social work or in law enforcement when they graduate here understand the dynamics of the community. I help them understand the human awareness of the people they're dealing with, that they're not inmates, suspects, or numbers, that these are people.
My whole goal is to change people's perception, to make it easier for people to actually reintegrate themselves within society.
So I focus on personal development, and the reason I do that is because I've been through my own obstacles in life, and I want to help other people to get through their obstacles in life and grow.
I teach police and the media, which is geared towards getting students to understand how police image is created, both in the news and popular media. We do a multidisciplinary class exercise in which we use the simulation lab here on campus to set up a crime scene. My students are playing the role of police officers responding to the crime and detectives investigating the crime. Professor Johnson's students are the criminalists who actually work the scene.
And also what's extraordinary about the simulation is that we are able to simulate the entire process of a crime scene investigation, from the first officer at the scene to the press conference at the end.
When students stay in touch with us, which many do, they often come full circle and are once the students in the classroom, but down the line are graduate students or working professionals who partner with us in the community-based agencies. So the largest area of reward for me is seeing students' growth and their ability to participate meaningfully in the Los Angeles community as informed and engaged citizens.
The mission of the School of Nursing is to provide quality, safe, effective health care. And in so doing, we have very high-performing nurses, advanced nurses, and terminal degree nurses for the DNP.
We do a number of things. We have a number of outreach programs with health fairs. We are right at the moment starting a new program with a homeless shelter where we will be sending out master's students and be working hopefully across the curriculum with social work at the same time. The nursing students, as part of their curriculum, do a great deal of service learning. So they're doing community health rotations, they're down in Skid Row. Our MSN students are in free clinics.
So we want students and nurses to be able to function at their full capacity. The area of study is very diverse because it offers different opportunities for students and for nurses, even from entrepreneurship to working with marginalized clients or populations, to assist them with the underserved or underrepresented.
LA just happens to have probably one of the most diverse nursing student populations you'll find anywhere. It's one of the reasons I love teaching here, is because the students work together, they learn so much about each other and their populations. LA is a melting pot, and I think our curricula and our students just reflect what's out there in the population.
The community involvement has been very extensive. We do a lot of service learning because we're out in the community. We have public health that students are having to participate in. We go to the homeless shelters. We participate with Children's Hospital every year because we assist with immunizations. So we're very much with tentacles and partnerships out in the community.
Well, this is the School of Social Work, and my name is Joanne Altschuler, and I'm one of the professors here. I have so much love and respect for what our students do because they're passionate about social justice. They're passionate about wanting to give back to their communities. They're passionate about raising themselves and their families and friends and communities up.
So here at Cal State LA, we teach the Advanced Urban Generalist Perspective. The Urban Generalist Perspective allows students to truly appreciate and practice person and environment. So we are teaching them how to look at an individual, but how that individual is nestled in various contexts.
We have full-time and part-time faculty, and our faculty are from very diverse backgrounds. And many of our faculty are experts. We have part-time faculty who's also clinicians in the field, practicing actively. So they bring to us what's really going on in our community.
But I think the key thing is that students have to understand that research is not to be feared, and that research, in order to be the most effective leader, we have to have some level of understanding of research. And it can make the difference in our clients' lives. It can make the difference in whether their outcome is positive or negative.
But on the micro level, what's very special about the club is that a community forms. I always feel that people and the students should strive for excellence. And so our university gives out awards to the top. I give out 7 awards every year. And we've won a lot of them every year. So, and it's all the students doing when they see what they can accomplish. Because in social work, that's part of what you do. You've got the person and the environment, so you're looking at the inside and the outside together.
You know, I feel like I'm prepared for, whatever comes my way, and I'm excited. I'm really excited about that.
My favorite thing about the program is the opportunities that we're given as an MSW student, starting off with the internship program that we are required to do, which brings a lot of experience, and I definitely appreciate the program for that. The relationships and the bonds that we build together is out of this world. It's just amazing the type of relationships that we gain out of being in this program.